Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for the week of March 3rd through 18, 2024. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have changed these readings up and I am now going to be doing 6 signs one week and 6 signs another week. Apologies for that. I don't like to leave anybody out, but it just got to be a bit too much. And, one thing just has to happen during the week and then I am completely thrown off. And in fact, the week that I made this decision was the week that I actually had a funeral to go to. Because of a sudden death in the family. So I just thought, something like, fortunately that doesn't happen every week, but there are similar things that happen that throw me off track. So I thought, it's just better and I can devote more time. If I just do 6 readings a week, I can do 2 a day and towards the end of the week and then have them all up by Monday. So, so again, apologies that this has taken so long to get up, but this is the, but we have your reading now and it's going to cover the next couple of weeks. And next week I will do the readings for Aries through Virgo. So the way that these readings work is I do a full horoscope spread based on 12 houses of astrology. I use the Cartouche deck, the Way of Cartouche deck for the main set of cards that I use for my reading. And then I clarify them with a tarot deck. This week I am using Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot deck. And I will follow up with a oracle reading. This week I'm going to be using the Norse runes. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. And if you are returning, welcome back. If you do like this channel and this video, please hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you choose. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you do want to make sure you are informed about when these videos come out. And I have links to my website, my social media, and other things in the description box below. Okay, so let's start at the beginning for you, Libra. The first house that we have for you is Aries energy. This is your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how others see you. And we have the twins with the 9 of Wands. Okay, so the twins has come up for a lot of people in the last couple of weeks. And the twins, now you are Libra, so twins is one of the signs. Gemini is usually the other that is associated with the twins. But twins indicates there's obviously, as we've noted, a dual aspect to the twins here. There's a sense of there being 2 sides to something. So this could be you being influenced by or reflecting the personality of another. It can also be that you are showing one face to certain people and a different face to other people's. There's a kind of a 2-faced element. Now, I don't mean that necessarily in a negative way. It could just be that there are things that you are comfortable sharing with people and other things perhaps that you prefer to keep to yourself. And maybe that you only reveal to people who are friends, family, or people who are very close to you. 9 of Wands suggests to me that you are potentially very stressed, okay? This is a card of, there's really 2 aspects to the 9 of Wands. One is that you are tired and drained and sick of something and want to be done. The other aspect that's more positive of the 9 of Wands is that you are pulling together your strength. In fact, the deck calls this the card of strength, and it's like you are pulling together that last, gasp of effort to push through and to finish something, okay? So it can go either way. Take it as it resonates, but there does seem to be a situation where you are tired of going round and round the same way on something, I think, even if it is something that you are pushing through to the finish line on. And this does seem to suggest to me that, you are getting to a point of making a decision and perhaps things are going to be coming to an end. But this may be, this is in the first house, this would have a lot to do with other people's expectations of you. So take that as it resonates here. Your second house, we see choice and decision here as well. This is Taurus energy, so this has to do with your finances. And we have the winged disc with the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers, again, there's that 2-sided element, that Gemini type element. This is a card of Gemini. But there's the idea here. Now, this could indicate money situations or, joint financial partnerships, although this is not specifically the house of joint finances. This could represent another person being involved in your finances, perhaps a loved one, or perhaps people for instance, maybe you are moving in together or getting married or pooling their resources. It could be having to do with that. But more often than not, the Lovers has to do with making a choice when we're looking at it in the more practical houses. So you may be making some financial choices, maybe having to decide between 2 courses of action or 2 different things that you might do. Now, of course, you have it with the winged disc. So the winged disc is a very good card because this card is one of overcoming obstacles. So I feel like if you've been having financial difficulties that have been forcing decisions lately, it does seem to me that whatever you choose, you are definitely on the road to success and overcoming obstacles. If you're not having obstacles, then again, it could just be pointing out that you are going to be very successful with something. Maybe if you're doing something new, have a new job or new money, this could indicate financial success from that. And, you know, and again, this could involve another person, or there could be some element of choice here. So take that as it resonates. Third house is Gemini energy, and Gemini has to do with your with communications. Can have to do with business. If you are in your business for yourself, this could be, you know, self-employment, self-effort, that kind of a thing. This can have to do with anything connected to Mercury. So it can have to do with communications, you know, technology to some degree, although the 11th house is also a bit of technology. It can have to do with travel, but usually more short distance travel. And also with sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships fall into this house. Okay, so you have the Buckle of Isis with the Sun. Okay, so this is really good news, actually. The Sun is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. And the fact that it's showing up here suggests to me that you know, there could be some very, very happy news coming in. The Sun brings clarity as well. So if there's been a situation that has not been clear to you, the path should be coming clear soon. Now, the fact that we see it with the Buckle of Isis, the Buckle of Isis is a card of sacrifices, growth with a sacrifice. The idea that when you let something go, there will, or when you put the hard work into something, things will be rewarded. So I feel like there is a period here of evaluating the work you have done. Maybe you are putting the hard work in. I mean, you do have this 9 of Wands here. And this is definitely a suggestion that you're going to be getting messages, or that there are going to be things going on with your business, or again, perhaps in sibling relationships. You know, this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for everybody. But whatever it is, there's definitely a sense that the efforts that you have put in are going to be rewarded, or things you've decided to give up towards a cause or towards a situation are going to be rewarded, okay? So I think if there's a situation, perhaps maybe you're feeling drained, like we have up here. Maybe this is energy you've been putting into another person or another situation. This will be coming to a good end, and we definitely have the Sun here. So this is, you know, again, definitely a very positive omen of things moving in a good direction for you. Okay, fourth house is Cancer energy. This has to do with family. It has to do with ancestry, your home, the place you live, the physical place you live, as well as your sense of being at home, sometimes with the mother as well. Okay, so we have Nephthys with the 3 of Swords. Now this is interesting because Nephthys indicates something. Okay, Nephthys typically comes up when there is either a situation that is hidden that you don't have all the information about. Maybe there's something you're waiting for something to happen and it has not happened yet. There's a definite not yetness to this, if you will. And this also is strong sister energy, or somebody who's very close with Nephthys. Could be a close friend or a sister, but in a family house, this might have something to do with the sister. And we've got the 3 of Swords here. So the 3 of Swords is this energy of sorrow, of loss. So again, I don't know if, now for some of you, I mean, this could literally mean somebody's mother may have lost their sister, so maybe you've lost an aunt or something like that. Not necessarily. Don't necessarily read it that way. If that hasn't happened to you recently, then that's not the meaning. Okay. But there definitely does seem to be a sense of isolation here. Now, I don't know if it's that you've been trapped in your home or stuck at home, or maybe there's a family situation that you feel cut off from. You know, maybe you feel like you are on the outs. Nephthys, I think in that case would indicate if there is a situation that's making you feel excluded, this may be saying that there's going to be some kind of a answer or a response to this, maybe one that has not come yet, or maybe one that's going to come through a sister figure. So yeah, take that as you feel it applies to you. If you don't feel like there's anything in particular going on, this could just literally be a sense of you feeling like you need to isolate and retreat from others for the time being, for whatever reason. Okay, 5th house, Leo energy. This is about creativity, children, love affairs, things we do for recreation. Okay, so we have Hathor with the Hermit. So Hathor energy is, okay, creatively speaking, if we're talking about the creative aspect, first of all, Hathor could be a potential indicator of a child. Usually I think more of Buckle of Isis as being an indicator of a child, but this is one of the mother cards, so perhaps for some people that applies. If not, and that's going to be a very specific application of this, Hathor can also have to do with creativity in terms of crafts that we tend to associate with feminine things. So, for example, sewing, or other kinds of crafts that we think of that have to do with domestic things, baking, things like that. I mean, it could center around things. It could center around fashion. It could center around aesthetics. So anything that beautifies something, okay? Because there's a strong Venus energy associated with Hathor. So that's possible. It's possible that there's some kind of project connected to that. For some of you who are more esoterically inclined, this could have to do with astrology as well, because on the more spiritual level, Hathor has to do with esoteric astrology. So I don't know. All of those things are possible, but Hathor has to do with, can do with that kind of work or getting something like that organized. It's being creative in a way that seems to apply to things that are feminine. Now, if you're saying, well, no, I don't deal with any of those things, then Hathor, it could be a woman who comes in. This could literally specifically be a female who comes in to assist with a creative venture. Maybe it's a new love for some people. Again, take it out as it resonates. On another level, Hathor would have to do with just being organized and efficient. So there could be something that you're doing in connection to a child, or in connection to a project, or maybe even within a love affair. There could be, I feel like in a love affair, this would be more, if it's not about a specific person, then it would be about the planting of seeds of some kind. It could be a Taurus person too, but we also have Virgo, so there's strong earth sign energy here with the Hermit. Because the Hermit is more, in connection with this, I feel like this may be less about a love affair, or it may be somebody in a situation who is withdrawing or pulling back or needing to reevaluate things, because Hermit is definitely this kind of go-it-alone energy, and this energy of trying to kind of figure things out. And again, as I mentioned, this is Virgo energy, but it could be a situation, again, that whether it has to do with a project, with a person, whether it has to do with how you're getting organized on a project, there definitely seems to be this mode of stepping back and reflecting. And that does seem to fit in with what we see here in the fourth house. There may be an energy of you, pulling back and kind of taking some time to withdraw into your cave, so to speak, to kind of figure things out on your own. So it could be with respect to some kind of a project or with a person. So you have to see how that fits in. Sixth house is Virgo energy. This has to do with health, with healing. It can have to do with a job that you may have, like somebody, if you are employed by somebody, this would be the house of service to others, whether it's paid or unpaid. It can also have to do with things that we are worried about, anxieties that we have. And so, okay, so we have fire with the Knight of Discs. Now, if this has to do with a job situation, there could be some difficulties on a job. Maybe you're going to be inspired to, you'll have an inspiration as to how you want to resolve a particular problem. But we do have this with this Knight of Discs energy, which is about slow and steady progress, okay? Knight of Discs takes things one step at a time, and that may be the advice to you on something that you're worried about, especially if there's a lot of passionate energy behind something. Passionate energy can be inspiration, and it can also be, it can be anger, it can be anxiety, it can be a lot of things. But there definitely seems to be this sense that something needs to be taken slowly and steadily. If we're talking about a health situation, again, this is a card of vitality. So this is a card of actually very good energy. Perhaps a purification in the way we might be detoxing ourselves in some way from, it could be a food we stop eating, or maybe we're eating or drinking less of something, or whatever it is. There could be some kind of inspiration to have some kind of a purge. And when I say purge, I don't mean like, I don't mean purge in a negative way. I mean just the idea that there may be this sense of trying to burn up or resolve a particular problem. And again, in that case, Knight of Discs would indicate, slowly building something back through good health and nutrition. So that may apply for some people, but those would be the possible interpretations within the sixth house. Seventh house, this is your own energy, Libra energy. This has to do with relationships. It has to do with marriage partnerships, particularly anything that's committed, anything that may have a legal bent to it. So it could be a domestic partnership, it could be a business partnership or a contract. These all fall into the seventh house. And nonetheless, there's definitely this sense of working with others or being in a marriage to another. And okay, so you have the Six of Cups with water. So we have strong water energy here. In fact, the Six of Cups is, let me just look at this. We're seeing, okay, so this is Sun in Scorpio, okay? I had to look at what the symbolism was on that one. So yeah, strong scorpionic energy in your house. And so this can indicate a very deep and a very impassioned relationship. Six of Cups has to do with past energy. So this could be a past person who's coming back. So if you are not married and looking for love, perhaps there is somebody from the past who is going to be turning up in this capacity. It could also just be a repeat of something or a lesson that needs to be learned, or some kind of past situation that is now coming to the fore and resolving itself. I feel like Six of Cups sometimes has a lot to do with family. There's some readers who think of this as a card of soul connection. That there could be some kind of very significant relationship that's coming up. Somebody whom you may have, if you believe in the idea of soul contracts, maybe somebody who you are meeting up with on that scale. And again, we have it with water, which is very, very strongly emotional, but it also has to do with currents that change. So if you are in a relationship situation that feels stuck in some way, this would definitely suggest movement, and water would suggest this is movement through something emotional. Perhaps if there's been any kind of emotional energy that's been difficult between you and your spouse, if you're married, this could be saying that there's either a child situation or something from the past that may be coming back and may lead to movement or resolution of something. Nonetheless, there's definitely this vibe of flow and change, whatever it is, whether it's a business relationship, a marriage. If you're not married and looking for somebody, this could be somebody from the past coming back, or could be somebody who's a water sign as well, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Yeah, take it as it resonates here. But I would say, generally speaking, it can also indicate, it may not be a person from the past, but it could just be that there's past things that have to be dealt with before something can move ahead. But I do feel like there's movement and change in that area for some of you. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. This is transformations, life, death issues, has to do with other people's money, joint finances. And yeah, we do have the 8 of Pentacles or 8 of Discs with the Pyramid card. So Pyramid indicates a test situation for you. And it seems to be connected to something you have a talent for, or something that you work hard at or make money at. Because 8 of Pentacles, in this particular deck, it's called the card of prudence. But this generally has to do with somebody who has a particular skill that they're able to mentor somebody else in, or it just means that you are hard at work at something. So I don't know. I feel like you are working hard at something right now. Something that you are trying to use to establish a stable foundation, maybe something that you use to, where you are acting as a mentor or an expert for somebody else. That's possible as well. But Pyramid, again, indicates this test situation, something that seems to be a bit of a struggle right now, but that will be resolved with time, because Pyramid always brings good news eventually. So yeah, be different for different people, as I'm saying at every house, but that's kind of the general, you can take that as a general axiom here. Okay, 9th house is Sagittarius energy. Sag has to do with long distance travel. It has to do with expansion of horizons, so higher education, any kind of furthering of your education, educational institutions, and also deep thinking, philosophy, religion, and institutions connected with that are all elements of this house, sometimes legal matters as well. So we have Ta with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, now 10 of Pentacles is a card of legacy. A lot of times it's connected to family. Okay, it is a card of, this is a great financial card. Like if you're having financial difficulties, this is a card of financial success. So for some of you, this may be coming through more education, or maybe working for an educational institution, or something connected to some kind of spiritual work that you're doing. It can also have to do with something that, with travel or something at a distance. Maybe there's money to be made there. It is connected with this Capricorn energy of Ta. So Ta is a sense of building something, maybe something that you have been slowly building up. I mean, we have it next to this 8 of Pentacles or 8 of Discs with Pyramid. So I feel like something that you have been building up, either in the realm of education or in the realm of, or something, something overseas or far away. It doesn't have to be overseas. Or something, again, something connected to, I feel like it's going to be one or the other of those things. But there's definitely financial gain here. Okay, this in fact, this is called the card of wealth. Yeah, that's the terminology on it. Sometimes this also has to do with family and family legacies. So take that as that resonates. If you've come into a lot of money from an inheritance or something recently, maybe this is going to enable you to take a long trip, or maybe you to go back for a degree or to do something, or maybe you're establishing something educational too. I mean, that could be part of it as well. But in any case, we do have this connected to Ta. So this is about slowly building the structure of something. Okay. So whether if this is in a spiritual sense, it could be you taking the lessons that you've learned from different things, and they're slowly building up the structure of you know, your not only your personality, but your own sense of security and belief in yourself or belief in a situation. This can also have to do with just building up the edifice of your knowledge. Ta to me is always about building and creating something. So again, Sagittarius house, higher education, belief systems, spiritual beliefs, and also long distance travel. So see where this might fit in with you, but there definitely seems to be something that's building up that could be either very financially successful or maybe connected to some idea of family or legacy here. So let's look at the 10th house. This is Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is, this is your work. This is your career, really, your reputation, your fame, potentially father energy as well. And we have the universe with Thoth. Yeah, Thoth, again, we have this strong, I always connect Thoth with higher ed and educational things. This also can be connected with something legal, also with healing, okay? Thoth is a card of healing, usually spiritual healing in particular. But there definitely is a strong element of healing here. So whether this literally relates to somebody's father, or whether this is, you're in a healing profession. You could also be a writer with Thoth, because Thoth has a lot to do with writing and communication. He was the scribe of the Egyptian gods. So yeah, there's definitely a sense of that here. This could also be about timing. It could be just that you are doing something at the right time, okay? Because Thoth can be that just for whatever reason, you're going to be coming into something very positive at, because it is the right time. Yeah, and we have the universe card here, which is like the world. And the universe brings an end to something, okay? It usually is the closing of a chapter of some kind. And again, remember, this is connection to career, reputation, fame, father energy. But the universe can also indicate going distances. So the fact that I'm seeing the possibility here that somebody's making money by going away or going far away, this also is a suggestion that perhaps you are having a career or doing something that is either online or far away, okay? So there's a strong connection to that there. If I look at the opposite house, we have the opposite here. Yeah, we have this idea of isolation and something that's just around the corner. So I don't know. I feel like, I feel like this connects to this. I feel like there's a sense that, maybe there's something that right now you feel like you're isolated. Maybe you feel like you're alone in something. But I feel like there may be a cycle that's coming to an end here, or it's going to be a case of you're going to be expanding, whatever's going on in the home sector, things are about to change. There's a change around the corner. Maybe you are separating from a place, and perhaps you are going to be traveling or going farther afield, or at least just deciding that you're going to do something online, okay, or remotely. But there definitely seems to be the ending of a chapter here. So I don't know. That could possibly connect to a family situation as well. But overall, I feel a very positive vibe from that. I feel like this is a positive ending. Something is happening at the right time, and will enable you to move forward in some way. 11th house, this is Aquarius energy. This has to do with friendships. It has to do with your social networks of all kinds, whether it be business networks or otherwise, and also your goals and what you're trying to manifest. Yeah, wow, and you've got Osiris with the Chariot. So you've got Cancer energy here and Sagittarius energy here. Osiris definitely indicates strength. It's a leadership position. Now, whether this is somebody in your life who has a strong father figure, or at least just a strong sense of leadership qualities, this could be you too. This could be indicating that you're on a solid footing with something and able to move ahead. Now, if I think about this in terms of business and business opportunities, I mean, yeah, over here in your workhouse, we're seeing this idea of you being able to take things one step at a time, but that you're slowly being able to manifest something. But you have this with the Chariot here. So the Chariot, again, there's a strong sense of travel. Maybe travel to see friends or business associates. Maybe a trip is going to be significant towards the granting of your wishes. See, it's interesting, though, because Osiris to me is a card of kind of staying put. And this is a card of movement. So I don't know. I feel like there is movement towards something. Whatever it is, I feel like it's something that you're working towards a stable situation or establishing a foundation. We've seen that in a couple places, because again, with travel, we also have the Ta card. So that's also the idea of establishing something. So I don't know, maybe you're trying to establish something far away or at a distance, whether it be overseas or not. But the Chariot is definitely about taking control of a situation and having the confidence to move ahead. And certainly this is pointing to you having the confidence and skill to move ahead with something. It could also be that you're going to have friendly support in doing that as well. And finally, the 12th house, this is Pisces energy. Pisces has to do with your, what's really unconscious. This has to do a lot of times with working alone. It has to do with what we're afraid of, things that we don't necessarily show to other people. Okay, and we have Urias with the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords, to me, in this case, has to do with, I mean, this could be us dwelling on a past situation, like an ex or, somebody from our past. But Queen of Swords also has a very strong, very sharp intellectual energy. And I feel like the Queen of Swords can be a perfectionist, somebody who keeps a very high standard on something, which doesn't have to be a bad thing, but sometimes we can do it to the point that we are excluding options and opportunities that we need to look at. We've also got Urias here, so there may be a fear of the unknown or a fear of what, we may feel we have certain things under control. And certainly in the first house, if we're seeing that we're really tired of something right now, Urias could be telling us, that there is a nervousness about what might pop out of the blue. Okay. We may be very intellectually sharp and vigilant right now. And actually this is also a card of vigilance. So, we may have had, now just kind of trying to look at the big picture here. Perhaps we've been going it alone with certain things. Perhaps we've experienced certain losses or things that are perceived as losses. There is a lot of work that we seem to be putting into something. We seem to have been having a lot of challenges, perhaps connected to our work or to our money, and possibly a family situation here as well. But again, it may be a situation, I'm not seeing the Four of Cups here, but there may be a situation where an opportunity may be coming and you may not want to be too perfectionist about things. You don't want to, maybe not want to overthink something when, and sometimes what's coming in that's unexpected, Urias usually brings unexpected gifts. So seeing that with the Pyramid card, because I feel the 8th and the 12th house have a lot in common in terms of, because they're both water houses. And your water houses, you've got the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th houses are connected to water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, respectively. And there definitely seems to be something coming out of the depths here, out of the blue, something that may be challenging you, something where maybe you feel you're worried about separations or losses, or you're maybe worried about what's going to come next for something. This is where I'm seeing the, it's where I'm seeing the only sword energy in this particular reading. You've got Queen of Swords here and you've got the Three of Swords here. So, I don't know, I'm looking at this and feeling like you might be, maybe you've suffered a loss recently and maybe you're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop or waiting for something else to happen. And again, there's a sense of you showing, making decisions, showing one face to people and maybe another privately. So you may be putting on a happy face for people or a strong face, and maybe to other people you're more of the drained aspect of you. You're showing, saying, I'm tired. I need a break here. And in fact, in the House of Leisure, the fact that I see the Hermit, it may well be indicating that it's time for you to take a little bit of a break. But I don't know. Definitely seems to be some success either online or going somewhere that's at a distance. Traveling seems to bring a lot of financial success. There does seem to be some relationship stuff that's moving forward. Overall, you have the Ankh with the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. So overall, I feel like, this is a card of, this is a card of leadership. This is a card of victory, of you achieving what you want to achieve. certainly in terms of your business, finance, your job, career, what you're trying to leave for people. This all, I think everything looks very, very good for that. I think you are on track to get your wishes. There may be just some stuff around family, or perhaps around a relationship that is coming up that you're trying to sort through. But I've seen the number 6 very strongly. You have Hathor, you have the 6 of Cups, you have, just looking through some of these others, you've got the Lovers, which is card number 6. And you've got 2 6s here. You've got 2 plus 4 is 6, and you've got this card, which is 6 as well. So a lot of 6s. So the number 6 might be significant for you, Libra. You can see what might be happening in 6 weeks. This is a card of 6 weeks to me, but doesn't have to be. Timing in tarot is always kind of iffy, and it is highly changeable. So just as a caveat, but I do feel like you are on the road to victory, and towards following your heart, towards doing what makes you feel alive, towards doing what you want, perhaps even towards love as well. Maybe that's been informing a lot of how you feel right now. So let's see. Let's do a rune reading for you. Pull one rune for you. Kind of pull the reading together. So what does Libra need to know from March? So roughly from March 5th to 18th, 2024. Okay. So you have the rune Manaz in reverse. So Manaz is the rune of the self, okay? And when it's reversed, it generally indicates that we may need to look at our ideas and attitudes about something, take a step back, rethink where we're going with something before we step forward. It's a kind of a rectification that needs to come before progress. And this progress, in this case, has to do with our work on ourselves. So I feel like that resonates with the idea that maybe you've had some losses recently in something, or maybe you've had some past situations that are coming back up and coming around again that you're being confronted with. And I feel like this may be saying that it's a good time for you to maybe spend some time with friends. Maybe friends are going to inspire you to move ahead. And also just to take some leisure time out for yourself, to enjoy yourself. Actually, in terms of leisure, when I look at the 5th house, Hathor could indicate, have a spa day or something, I mean, there's definitely a strong energy of that. And it doesn't have to be about work. And I am feeling like you may be in a situation where you're tired, you're trying to push through, but do make sure you're taking care of yourself, and that you're not neglecting yourself and your own needs, maybe by focusing too much on the needs of others. So I hope that makes sense for you this week, Libra. Again, if you do like this video, leave a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you choose. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification to not miss a video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.